Israel's widely unpopular decision to take control of Gaza City prompted the UN Security Council to hold an emergency weekend session addressing the escalation. The body's European members, Denmark, France, Greece, Slovenia, and the United Kingdom, requesting the meeting endorsed by all members except the United States.
This plan risks violating international humanitarian law. We call on Israel to urgently reverse this decision and not to implement it.
Council members sounding an alarm.
Such actions would constitute further violations of international law of an extreme severity that are contrary to the fundamental principles upon which this organization is built.
Despite repeated calls from the international community for a ceasefire and cessation of fighting, the situation, worryingly, continues to evolve in an even more dangerous direction. Given the urgency at hand, the international community, including the Security Council, must take all necessary actions before a greater disaster unfolds.
But the U.S. representative calling the meeting counterproductive, saying Hamas is responsible for the loss of life in Gaza. Palestine's observer to the UN irate.
We reject any attempt to justify the massacres committed by Israel against Palestinian civilians, or its abduction of thousands of Palestinians, or its starvation policy, or its displacement policy, or its annexation policy.
While Israel's representative forcibly pushed back.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has made it clear. Israel's goal is not to take over Gaza, but to free Gaza from Hamas and enable a peaceful government to rise in its place. This is the path to stability. This is the path to peace.
The Israeli escalation, which Netanyahu vowed would be swift, comes as ceasefire negotiations between Israel and Hamas brokered by Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S. reach a stalemate. And as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his Security Council face widespread criticism, both at home and abroad, including mass protests across Israel from the families of the remaining hostages still believed to be alive, pushback for a move they say will endanger their loved ones. Israel's military currently controls roughly 75% of Gaza, but about 2 million of the enclave's citizens are currently located in the area not under the control of Israeli defense forces. The UN warning of possible catastrophic consequences for those civilians in the event of a complete military takeover and forced displacement in a region already suffering a devastating humanitarian crisis. Karina, CGTN, New York.